room fell silent. A few agents murmured among themselves. Ray took a slow breath. Shadow One isn't just a name, sir. Trump's eyes narrowed. What do you mean? Ray folded his arms, his voice deepening. I've been in this agency for over 20 years. And that name? I've only heard it once in my entire career. Trump met his gaze. I don't care what happened. I just want one thing. Find him. Or at least, find the truth. A dense silence settled over the room. At last, Ray gave a slow nod. If he was ever real, we will uncover the truth. Yet deep down, Ray understood that this mission was about more than just locating a man. It was about unsealing a door that had been deliberately kept closed for decades. And once that door swung open, there was no telling what would follow. Director Jonathan Ray stood motionless for a moment before signaling to the agents around him. In an instant, the mood shifted. Conversation ceased, fingers raced across keyboards, and stacks of old documents were retrieved from storage. The search had officially begun. Everyone in the room grasped one thing. If the identity of Shadow One had been erased from history, this would not be a simple task. Trump folded his arms, his gaze fixed on the computer screen as streams of data flowed past. Tell me, Ray, how does a man who once saved my life vanish without a trace? Ray didn't respond immediately. He turned toward the agent responsible for classified records, a young man in a black suit with thick-rimmed glasses. Conduct a full personnel search. Cross-reference every classified file, even the ones that have been encrypted or erased under government directives. The agent nodded, his fingers flying across the keyboard. Lines of code flickered on the screen, digging through decades of restricted records. Then after a long pause, he lifted his head. There's nothing. No mention of an operative known as Shadow One. Any records of deep cover agents from the 1980s have either been locked away or completely destroyed. If such a person ever existed, someone made sure they stayed hidden. Trump's expression darkened. What about unofficial records? Former agents who serve but no longer appear in the system? Ray hesitated briefly before turning to a female agent standing at the edge of the room. Get in touch with Michael Hayes. He worked in deep cover ops and retired in 1995. If anyone remembers Shadow One, it's him. An hour later, Trump and Ray sat inside a reinforced SUV, making their way toward a quiet Virginia suburb.